Assalamu alaikum all of you. Welcome back to our channel MDI World. So today we'll talk about in this video some important things related to immolation. So friends, today we have got a chance to bring you a very important topic related to immolations. So in the first video we had mentioned the days of the immolations, which is obligatory to immolate. Along with this, we had also mentioned those who immolate for showing and fame, and also told that what will be the fate of those who do immolation for showing off. Apart from this, we have told you some other important things related to immolation. So friends, today's video is related to immolation. In this video, we'll tell you some very important things about the immolations. Friends, I request you to follow these things for yourselves and share this video with the others, so this message become perpetual charity for us and you. So guys, let's start. I would like to tell you that what are the conditions for the immolations to be obligatory. I will tell you that 4 things are necessary for immolations to be valid. If a person is a slave or a prisoner. So number 1, friends, if a person is a slave or prisoner, then the immolation is not obligatory on him, because he is not the owner of his own caste, but his imprisoner is the owner of himself. Although the era of the slave and captives used to run earlier, now that era is not there. For the immolation, this is the first condition to be obligatory. Then the person immolator should be free and not a slave or a prisoner. So we had told this condition to you. And number 2, the second condition to be a Muslim. So it is not obligatory to sacrifice our non-Muslim brothers and sisters. And number 3, the presence of man in the days of the immolation. That is, the person who is going to do the immolation should not be traveling, but settle in his city. But if he is on the journey and he has decided to stay in the traveling city or country for 15 days or more, then it is obligatory on him for the immolation. And number 4, the 4th condition is to be sahib-e-nisab, means rich. We are talking about wealthy person. In the days of immolation, sahib-e-nisab is called that the person who has cash of 40,000 rupees or 40,000 rupees gold, silver or business goods which are extra in addition to the daily needs. If these 4 conditions will be found, whatever he is a man or woman, then it is obligatory to immolation on that person. Second reason why immolation is obligatory. You should know that the conditions are necessary for the immolation to be obligatory. This is when can you immolate. So I would like to tell you that the reason for the immolation being obligatory is the days of the immolation, and that is 10, 11 and 12 are the 3 days of Zil-Hijjah, the Islamic month of Hajj. So friends, within these 3 days, those 4 conditions which I have just told you, you will be found. Then it is obligatory to do the immolation on a person for compensations. Important things related to immolation. But if all 4 conditions of immolation are found in a person, but he does the immolation before or after the days of the immolation, then that person's immolations will not be obligatory. Number 3, the rich person can become poor, become immolation. We all know that is all in the control of Allah to reserve the situation. This is what people say, that it doesn't take long change time. Just because of this, it will be easy to understand that if a person was rich, he had 40,000 rupee in cash or gold, silver, etc. before the immolation. Now it is obvious that when he was rich, it was obligatory to immolation on him. But if such an incident happened to him, due to which he became poor, he did not have the scope to do immolation, then it is not obligatory to sacrifice on that person. If a poor person becomes rich in the days of the immolation. And number 4, if a person becomes rich in the days of the immolation, we have just told you that it is in the control of Allah to change the days. If Allah wants to take a person from the floor to throne and wants to bring from the throne to the floor, then he could, just like a rich person, then become a victim of poor condition before immolation. So in the same way, narrow diarrhea and a poor person can also have symptoms as well. Number 4, important things related to immolation. It happened with the many people in such a way that a person was poor till the days of the immolation. It was such a blessing of Allah on him that during the days of the immolation, 10, 11, 12 Zil-Hijjah, at any time during these 3 days, if he became rich and if he had a 40,000 cash or 40,000 gold, silver or goods etc., then it is obligatory to do immolation for that person. Number 5. If animal lost or stolen. The animal of the immolation is lost, friends. Sometimes it happens that the animal of the immolation is lost somewhere or it is stolen. Then what will happen in this situation? Will bring you another animal and immolate it? Or will the immolation be forgiven? I would like to tell you that in this situation, I will look to the person who is an immolator. If the owner of the animal that is lost is rich, then he will have to buy another animal for the immolation, and it is obligatory for him to immolate it. But if the person whose animal is lost or stolen is poor, then it is not obligatory to buy another animal for the immolation on that person. Friends, the condition is for that time when the animal is small, for example. But if the animal of the immolation is large, then it will be the case that the person who is rich will have to take part in a bigger animal again, or it will be obligatory for him to immolate. It will bring a different small animal. The immolation will not be forgiven to him, and if the person who has a share in the bigger animal is not rich, then it will not be obligatory to give a share to another animal to immolate it, to buy a smaller animal for the immolation. Number 6. Is immolation obligatory for minor children? So immolation on behalf of minor children. By the way, immolation is obligatory on an adult, nor is it obligatory to immolate on a minor child, because a minor child or a child is not according to the Islamic law, Sharia. So it is not obligatory to immolate on them either. But if the child's relative or close relatives immolate on behalf of the child, then it is better to do the immolations. There is no harm in it. The immolation by the child, Allah Pak will be accepted there. Number 7. Qurbani Qaza. Friends, now I would like to tell you last step of this topic. All of you have come to know that there are 3 days of Qurbani. It is obligatory to immolate these days. If within these 3 days in the morning of Zil-Hijjah, from early morning to 12 Zil-Hijjah till the sun sets, if the immolation is done, then it will be paid. But if for some reason the immolation could not be done on time and the animal of the immolation is already present, then after the time of the immolation the animal will not be immolated. But it is necessary to do it alive like this. And if the animal doesn't exist, then you will not buy the animal, but it is necessary to calculate its value by calculating it. So friends, we have told you some important things related to immolation today. I will meet you again inshallah. Hope you have learned something very important from this video. So friends, I would like to request you to like our video and please subscribe our channel. Allah Hafiz.